Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Coming at you live from the 93.7 The Ticket studio, from the heart of Lincoln, America. Expanding awareness about the TeamMates program and the ever-growing need for mentors. This is TeamMates Timeout with TeamMates CEO Des Moines Adams and Marketing and Communications Manager Ashton Honor.
With TeamMates Timeout with Demo and Ash. My name is Des Moines Adams. I go by Demo. We have Ashton Honor in the house. She goes by Ash. We have a special guest. But before we get to that special guest, it's April Fools. I've been on the road, so no one has fooled me so far. But when I get home, who knows what these kids are going to be up to. But it's a good day. It's windy. But we're excited because today we are still helping everyone to just pause, take a time out, get to know who we are, our mission, our core values, what we do, why we do, and where we do what we do. And I'm excited about our special guest today, Ash, and I'm going to let you transition us, and let's just get right into it because, I mean, talk about wisdom, talk about just dropping gems. I mean, I wish I could still wear earrings. And that's probably too much information, but I was one of those cool teenagers that had, you know, a diamond earring. I used to wear the chains and stuff. I thought I was pretty cool back in the day.
Yeah, they called it frosting. Remember that?
Oh, yes. We're live, and you're leaving me hanging.
I'm sorry.
All right, Ash, I'll let you make the transition.
I am so excited for our guest, who I got to meet in Washington, D.C. when I was there in January for the National Mentoring Conference Summit. Joining us today is the director of Iowa Mentor, Tony Lampley. Tony, welcome.
Thank you. This is so fun. And you guys are in your Nebraska red, but your teammates red. I love it.
So a little bit about Tony. As the director of Iowa Mentor, you guide and direct strategic leadership, organizational management, program development, advocacy efforts, and community engagement to advance Iowa Mentor's mission and impact. No big deal.
Right. No big deal.
No big deal at all. I have a couple, we're going to dive in. We're just going to dive right in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one of the very first questions, and we asked Melissa Mayo this as well a couple weeks ago when she was here.
Love Missy.
What drove you to get into this servant leadership type of work?
That's a really good question. I think for me, it's my parents. So I grew up in Ames, Iowa, was born in Pontiac, Michigan, but my parents moved to Iowa. My dad got a job at Iowa State, and his job was to help, I'd say, low to moderate income families, you know, make that decision, first generation college students kind of thing. And my mom, she helped kids that were at risk of dropping out of school, stay in school. So it just came naturally, this servant to help young people thrive. And so our house was a home away from home for so many young people. And I just think it just caught on. Even though I wanted to be Martha Stewart, I wanted to like, I just wanted to, I had this dream of being in fashion and all these things. And that was great and all fun, but it always came back to nonprofit work. So my first nonprofit work was being a business coach, and I still am on the side sometimes, but helping low to moderate income women start their own businesses. And so I used to work alongside the SBA and do that. And I just caught that bug. And then I saw young people wanting to start their own businesses. And so it just has been this servitude of it just evolved for me.
Now, that kind of leads into Iowa Mentor's mission, which is to promote, support, and build quality mentoring relationships by elevating the capacity of programs, systems, and policies that foster proven results for the state of Iowa.
Yeah, that's a lot, right? So we just say that we coach and promote mentoring programs across the state. So there's a lot of great mentoring programs across both of our states, right? Nebraska and Iowa. And we just want to make sure that they're strong and that they have the right tools in place to stay around for our young people. So, yep, we have big programs, national programs like Teammates and like maybe Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and like Boys and Girls Club. But we also have these young, maybe I would call non-traditional programs that are thriving, that there is just this person who cares about young people so deeply and so intimately in a way where they just care about kids that they started their own mentoring program from the ground up. And we want to coach those programs and support them and promote them as well.
We're very fortunate with the partnership and family that, we've entered with 93.7 The Ticket. Every show we're talking about mentoring.
That's
And
fantastic.
because there's a need. And I think Melissa said it best. There are 1/3 of young people in America that lack a positive and caring adult. Why is mentoring needed for our young people?
Well, I would say it's needed. Why is it needed? Because we know that those relationships matter. So, a caring, responsible adult outside of parents make a huge impact in young people. And we can look at our own lives and say, who mentored us? And we can look back and say, oh my goodness, I know who that was, or I know who that group of people were. So for me, it was a group of African American women who were going to get their PhD alongside my mom when I was 12. And those women sharing their stories and empowering that they were going to go and change the world with their dissertations and see them thrive, that was a ticket for me. That was a huge thing for me to go alongside and to see them and to have them at our dinner table or for them to take me to the mall instead of my mom taking me to the mall. To be able to go do things with other people besides my parents. And that made all the difference. I was able to express myself and learn different things. I can't stress enough how much that made me want to go into theater and be a part of drama. I mean, I think that young people need other adults in their life to push them in their worth.
You know, because you work with Iowa Mentor, which is somewhat connected to the national mentor,
Yes.
which provides us with the national elements of effective practice, which we're going to get into in segment 2.
Mhm.
But you seem like you're very data driven. Like
Mhm.
you like to read, you have
True.
research. Melissa, she shares some things on a very next level to help our listeners and our watchers understand why we need more mentors. Uh, Tell us what's happening out there. What's the latest research that you can school us?
Yeah.
Me and
Well,
yeah.
I can say that there is a national pandemic of loneliness that is happening across the United States. And we that was happening before COVID. So COVID didn't make it better. But there is this loneliness and there's this false sense of I have friends, but I really don't have friends because of social media. So it's how many followers I have, okay, but how many people really know you? Really know you. So there is this pandemic of loneliness. That's one. Two, I think that we have to realize too that, oh my gosh, there's so many ways for our young people to connect, but not connect, right? So we can talk about social media, we can talk about them, it's all of these marketing connections with brands and all these things, and they think they're connecting, but sometimes it can be a false connection, right? So we also know that our children don't feel emotionally and physically safe anymore. Not like you and I felt emotionally and physically safe. we could go outside and play until the street lights came on, remember? All those things, and so now that's really not necessarily the case. We've had a little fear about those things, just school shootings and, young people being bullied over social media, that we have a lot of young people that don't feel emotionally safe, and so in Iowa, I can say that only 20% of our young people in school districts feel emotionally safe.
20%.
Only 20%. And that's a survey that's done by the Department of Education. And it's not something that, Iowa definitely is proud of. But the fact that we know and the fact that so many school districts are moving the needle on that, but it was a wake-up call. And it's also a wake-up call for our mentoring programs to realize. So we're doing something about it.
You know, what I need from you, Tony, is to wake up these people that are listening and watching, hearing that our students are lonely, hearing that emotionally, 20% in the state of Iowa, they feel safe. We love to call people up. What would you tell those that are listening and watching? Like, give us your wake up call to those that are on the fence
Mhm.
so that they can step in and step up and volunteer their time.
Well, this is what I would say is that it only takes 4 hours a month to make a difference in the life of a young person. 4 hours a month. That's what the data shows is important. So 4 hours a month at the minimum makes a difference. What your worth, I think I hear from a lot of mentors that they're like, I don't think I can connect with a young person, or I don't think I can. Yes, you can. You have worth and esteem, and there's things that you do every day that a young person would love to know and would love to be able to walk alongside and to hear from you. And it's a relationship. So you could learn a lot from a young person. I'm here to tell you that just even in the mentoring relationships that I've had over the years, I've learned a lot about how they see the world and the hope and the promise that some of them have in the midst of all the things that are going on in the world today. We have some bright, wonderful young people that you should get to know. You really should get to know. And so it only takes 4 hours a month. So I don't know who wouldn't want to pour their life into a young person, and you just need to just be yourself. And they need to know that you both come out feeling worthy. You both come out feeling like you've done something that I don't know. You need to have people who've been in teammates for a long time, because that's what I love about teammates is you have mentors who um man, 16 years. That's amazing. You guys have wonderful numbers of how many mentors stay and want to stay engaged with their young person, or they're like, "Oh my gosh, my young person went to college and now I'm ready for them to do the next thing. I'm ready to pour my life into another young person." That speaks a lot for your program, and it speaks a lot for people in our nation who want to do this work, who have a heart for this work.
Ash, I'm a driven person. Just hearing her wake up call makes me more purpose driven. How did that wake up speech make you feel?
It made me feel more hopeful, and we talk about that because both Demo and I are both mentors, and Tony, and what you were saying, I was like, exactly, like
Right.
that speaks to the relationship that I have with my mentee currently, and just seeing how she has changed. We've been paired together the last 2 years now. We're toward the end of our second school year, and just how night and day difference the relationship was when it started. And to your point of pouring into her and showing her, like, we're going to get you back on track in regards to grades. Her grades are incredible right now. She's involved in sports and activities, and just the way she interacts with her peers, like just pouring into a child and because I personally have experienced it with my mentee. So to your point of like, why would you not want to get involved with that?
Right. And not only that, but just remember, I always tell people too, remember when you were in middle school and high school? Wow, those are some really trying times. Those are times where you don't know if you belong, that you're trying to find this sense of belonging, that you're trying to figure out who you are and what you like, and it's okay not to know. And young people need to hear from another adult that's not their parents to say, it's okay not to know. It's okay to try good, healthy things. These are good coping. These are good, healthy coping skills. These are not so great coping skills. For everything that you do, there's a consequence. They need to hear those things from others besides their parents. Because at that age, I remember my parents saying the exact same things, the exact same things that my mentee, that my mentor would say to me. And it would just resonate different because I saw my mentor at the time so cool.
Yeah.
So it's important and it doesn't happen overnight, right? I'm pretty sure, Ash, you could probably say that, goodness, it took a minute to actually have this young person talk to you like they would talk to their friends. It's going to take a couple times. It's going to take a couple games of chess. It's going to take a couple things that you want to do together or find out what you have in common and the things that you don't have in common. It may take a minute, but it's so worth it. It's worth it to them. It's worth it to you. You feel empowered. Sometimes when I've mentored, I feel empowered walking away saying, I am leaving the world in good hands, you know?
And, our mentors report feeling more hopeful after their mentoring time. As a matter of fact, 92% report leaving their mentoring time in a better mood when they arrive. Over 80% of our students report feeling more hopeful after they meet with their mentor. Hope is a word that we use a lot. What does hope mean to you?
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't, boy, you guys queued that up really well because there is something called the science of hope. And so we'll be unpacking that in Iowa. And I think also you guys will too in Nebraska. But to me, hope is your belief that your world, your life is going to get better and you have the power to make it so.
Could she mic drop?
That is what the hope of science, the science of hope is all about. It's that belief that you believe that things are going to be better than they were, that things are going to get better than they were today. They're going to get better tomorrow, and you have the power to make that so.
Tony, you mentioned earlier just about, the length of match. And I would say so far, our length of match when it comes to a mentor being paired with a mentee on average is about 3 years.
That's amazing.
I would say our goal, our standard is for a mentor to meet with a student during the school year at least 24 times. And we're talking over the course of between 35 to 38 weeks in the school year. There's so much work to be done because of that word, but also the reality is we've served almost 50,000 students over the last 34 years.
That's amazing.
But we still have thousands of students that are on the waiting list.
Right. And that is something that every mentoring program. So let me just tell the audience that out of all the mentoring programs across the United States, one of the number one things that we all struggle with is recruitment, is finding mentors for these young people. And there are young people waiting by the thousands. So on average, there can be almost 200 young people waiting per organization. It just kind of depends on how that organization is. There are lots of organizations. So here at TeamMates, you all have an in-school program, which is great, fantastic. There's some that have peer-to-peer. There's some that have group. There's some that have one-on-one. And so it's not, you have to find what suits you, mentor or potential mentor out there, what works best for you. But I will tell you that there are students There are young people in need who need to connect with you. So don't wait. Connect, get with teammates, and it's I assure you that it is the best feeling to be able to pour your own personality, your own gifts into a young person. It makes such a big difference.
Wake up, listeners and watchers. I hope that you are feeling the hope that Tony is giving you all to go to teammates.org, join a team, be a mentor. Why? It's because our students matter. And man, I cannot wait to segment 2 because you've already set the bar, but I'm excited for you to give everyone the bar that helps us to be a sustainable organization, because we've been around for 34 years, but we're just getting started.
Yep.
You are live with Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash. We'll be back in 5.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, 4-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off your enrollment. The next 10-week challenge begins on April 12th. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
early break.
Sort of interesting that we could all learn from. He doesn't look at himself just as a running back, he said. I look at myself as a weapon. You should follow suit. I'm not just a radio host. I'm a weapon.
Noted.
We're weapons.
Weapons.
Yes. Weapons of destruction.
With Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Back to Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You are back with Demo and Ash on Teammates Timeout. We have special guests, Tony from Iowa Mentor. Drove all the way from Ames, Iowa to spend some time with us here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Now, let me just remind all of the listeners and the watchers, Teammates Mentoring, we're not biased. We started in Lincoln, but we have expanded across the state of Nebraska. We also serve about 26 chapters in Iowa, 8 in South Dakota, 4 in Wyoming, and 15 in Kansas. And as of last week, 1 in Missouri.
Woo!
Shout out to
Yes.
Rockport, Missouri. We are now in 6 states. We're just trying to serve students. And when it comes to students, regardless, we put aside, we don't like Iowa, we don't like Nebraska, we don't like Kansas. No, there's nothing controversial when it comes to the students.
No, that's true.
And Tony, I appreciate the work that you're doing with our chapters in Iowa. Shout out to Renee, our regional coordinator,
Love Renee.
who is heading up those efforts. And the two of you have been working together closely over the last couple of months, because what helps us to be a successful organization, what helps our chapters to be successful is there are standards.
Right.
There are things that we assess to determine whether or not we are a safe program. We are doing what we say we're going to do and stuff. Can you tell the listeners what Iowa teammates and just what our chapters have to do to stay compliant?
Yeah. So again, with Iowa Mentor, we're a part of the Iowa Commission on Volunteer Service. So for us, volunteering to be a mentor is a big deal. It is a way to be involved in your community. It's a way to, be able to connect with young people. And what we know is when a young person has a mentor, guess what? They are 91% likely to be a mentor themselves.
91%. That's a new data.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
So that's why it's important. So for us, we call it best practices. And so what we try to do is we're connected with Mentor National based out of Boston, who came up with the elements of effective practice for mentoring. And so with that, we want mentoring programs like Teammates to be around for the long haul. And you have been. So 37 years you've been around. And so we want you to be here. And so listen, there are thousands of young people in the state of Iowa. And one program can't house all of the thousands of young people that need a mentor. And not all of those students are the same. Some students want to be a part of a mentoring program that focuses on arts. Some of them need it to be after school, just like Teammates. Some of them need it to be a sport. Maybe that's the connection for them. Some of them may be STEM. They need the science. They need whatever it is. We want all mentoring programs to use the best practices because we know from research that using those best practices, you will stay around longer. And when mentoring programs don't stay around, they hurt the young person. So imagine having an after school program that does this fantastic thing. And then all of a sudden, because of funding or because of not having the best practices or whatever it is, their doors are closed. That means all of those young people don't get to go to that program anymore. And that's heartbreaking to us. So if we give you these best practices, that means that you're stronger, you're better together. So even though you're not a community program, you're in school and there's choices. And when there's choices, there's more students who want to be a part of a mentoring program. So that's our thing about having best practices.
Ooh, Ash, I'm gonna have to toss you the ball, and we're just gonna dive right into the best practices. But real quick, I just want to let everyone know that Teammates Mentoring, we expanded into the state of Iowa in 2007. And it was because of these best practices we have grown, and now we're serving almost 30 chapters.
That's amazing.
Not all of our chapters, of course, when COVID hit us, priorities change. But thanks to Ashley Den, who is our regional manager, and Renee, who is our current Iowa regional coordinator, we're doing great things in the state of Iowa. And I would say, good news. You just told me that because of the leadership of Renee and 25, 26 chapters working with you, that we have been recertified as good.
Yeah. Yes. Well, you're recertified more than good. You will have a gold standard. And what does that mean? That means that you've taken the elements of effective practice and you are when we assess you, you're all about it. I guess I'll just say it that way. You're all about it. You're involved. And so what that means is that you have a strong program design, you have a strong program values, so you know what you stand for, so you're not going to fall for anything, right? And you also understand what it means to recruit young people to be in the program. You know what it means to recruit mentors to be in the program. You understand screening, that you want to do no harm. You understand references and background checks and the things that need to happen so that young people feel safe and the school district feels safe having you in their building. You understand what it means to establish a mentoring relationship. Not only do you understand establishing a mentoring relationship, you understand how to support it. You understand what it means when maybe things don't go great. You understand problem solving and how to handle that. You understand also how to recognize your mentors, and you know how to how your young person should exit the program safely and effectively, right? That they can go on and be a part of the community and go on to do great things. So that, in a nutshell, is the best practices.
Ash. She wasn't even reading anything.
I know.
She was looking at me dead in the eye, telling me this.
I love mentoring. When I tell you, I mean, it is so important for young people to understand, well, for adults to understand, both parties to understand that you're entering into a relationship where you can learn so much from each other. It's a component that's so important, and it builds this sense of belonging that our young people don't even know that they need until they find it, right? And it's the same for us as adults too. We don't know until we realize, like, gosh, I got that good network of friends that I really can lean on in good times and in bad. And that's what these young people are looking for.
So I got to ask this question because, we have almost 10,000 mentors.
Yay.
Some of them are listening. And
thank you.
There are risks when it comes to not following these best practices.
Yes.
And so, of course, the explanation of why do we do what we do? Why are we school-based? Why do we do background checks, references, and why can mentors and mentees not do these things? Can you help everyone understand the risk of not following these elements of effective practice?
Right. Well, I think that's a very good question, and it's one thing that is an opportunity for teammates. Okay, so I'll just put an opportunity out on the table for you all that connects to that. It's parent engagement. It's hard for any, it's not just teammates, but for any school-based program to get parents really involved. It's hard because you're with that young person for what, maybe 20, 30 minutes. And you how do you in that amount of time also try to connect with their parents? It's not easy. And so let's just go to a community-based program. They equally have a parent engagement dynamic. And so when you ask me that question, why is risk and why do we do background checks? I'm a parent and I want to know. I want to know who this person is in my daughter son's life that is wanting to be an influence. And the best way to do that is to ask these questions of, why do you want to mentor? Where have you mentored? These things are safety. It is the number one thing in mentoring is to do no harm to young people. Because if the mentor, what people don't understand also, this is based on statistics also, is that if the mentoring relationship goes south, is not good, it does more harm to the young person than if they had never had a mentor before. So it's very important for us to get it right. And so we have these safety measures in place to protect the young person, to respect the culture of their family and their parent engagement dynamic, and also to help the community overall. I mean, we want more people to volunteer. I don't think people understand that, or maybe you do understand, so I'm just going to bring it home, is that when we're a community that leans on each other and helps each other, we're stronger. And mentoring is just one component to help your community to feel like we all belong, that we all have a sense of belonging, and we're all on the same page, that we want our communities to be stronger, better together.
Pony. I'm just sitting here like, tell me more. Tell me more.
Right.
So you kind of already answered this question that Demo and I had talked about in regards to why the elements of effective practice is so important for, especially when it comes to the sustainability of the Teammates mentoring program. So safety is our number one core value.
Right, yeah.
And we have been around now. We're going to be this month, Demo.
34 years.
Celebrating 34 years.
Okay, 34. I got to get this right because I wanted to tack on like several more years, but it's okay. 34 years. Awesome.
So to your point of everything that you just said in regards to safety and the importance of having protocols in place when it comes to having to have those background checks and rules and regulations. And we are school-based to help keep all of those rules and protocols intact. And so everything you're saying, I'm like, yep, we do this.
Yeah. And what's important about that is it helps the mentor feel like there's a path, right? There's like, I know exactly what to do. I know what's expected of me. Think about a time when you volunteered and things were not mapped out for you. They were like, oh, just help. You were like, oh, okay, I don't know how. Okay, do I just pick up the trash and put it in? Okay. Do I go to the table and do I like, what do you want me to do? Oh, whatever. And you're just like, oh, okay, I need some direction. And in mentoring, you get all the direction. And also in mentoring, we use your skills. You come with a set of skills that a young person and you all are going to love. And people are like, oh, I don't have it. I really don't have anything. I'm like, no, you do. You do. I don't think people really realize that their maturity, and even a young person who's like, oh, I could really use a mentor, their maturity of seeing their awareness that they want to mentor all of it works together to create this great relationship.
Tony, you used a phrase that Teammates is all about it. Yeah. Is that what you said?
Yeah, you're all about it.
We're all about it.
Yeah.
And, as we want to remind everyone that's listening and watching to head over to teammates.org, there's two ways that you can support our efforts. Become a mentor or donate. We're a nonprofit, and we want to continue what Nancy and Tom Osborne started 34 years ago this month. Tony, where can people go to learn more about this bigger umbrella, this like best practice muscle that you are responsible for in the state of Iowa? Melissa Mayo is responsible for in Nebraska. Where can people go to really dive deep into our why of safety and sustainability?
Well, you can definitely go to Mentor. And so that's www.mentoring.org/elements of effective practice for mentoring. So please, learn, because it's just so important to, if you're even interested in becoming a mentor, you just need to look at how simple and easy it is. So I would suggest that you do that.
Oh, this is a huge timeout on 93.7 The Ticket. We got one more segment. Don't go anywhere.
Empower a child today with the TeamMates mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the TeamMates mentoring program today.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through April 1st is $1 off all pasta, $2 off spaghetti sauce, and special discounts on hamburgers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney and Lincoln, or also at 168th and Maple Streets in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years. And I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
We have a cloudy and windy day on tap for your Tuesday. A wind advisory will be in effect this afternoon. Wind gusts up around 40 miles an hour will be possible. We'll get up to 63 for a high temperature before some thunderstorms roll in, some of which could be strong to severe. Main threats would be for some large hail and some strong wind gusts. 64 for a high tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Aaron Dowden for 93.7 The Ticket and TicketFM.com.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Tailored Landscapes is actively preparing for spring. Things like new tree orders, getting equipment ready, and training staff to serve you the best they can. If you haven't already planned, now is the perfect time to figure out a maintenance plan for your yard. Tailored Landscapes is on the brink of spring cleanups for all their existing customers, and they have limited spots available. They trim trees and shrubs when needed and only mulch proper amounts. Give Tailored Landscapes a call at 402-432-2572 to set up a meeting with one of their designers and stop by the Tailored Life store in Bennett.
Back to Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7 The Ticket. We are so pleased to be joined by the director of Iowa Mentor, Tony Lampley. We've had an incredible hour. It's like, it's never enough time, especially with Tony over here just dropping all the knowledge for us today. And we're super excited to have Tony's actually coming to talk to our management team tomorrow to learn more about the elements of effective practice. So thank you for that.
Sure, you're welcome.
So I always like to ask the guests this one specific question, and then Demo always has that one question too to wrap up our show.
Okay.
What is one piece of advice that one of your mentors has given you that has made a profound impact on your life?
Ooh, okay. So I have to share that it wasn't a mentor, but she could have been. Totally, because in that moment, she was a mentor. So do you guys remember that show, Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yes.
And Doris was the mother-in-law, right? And she came to Des Moines and did a smart talk. And I'll never forget that. And it was a time in my life that was really tough, right? And I had a chance to meet her. And so when there's a smart talk, you as a woman can go back there and, they have that person, a couple of them, and she totally like migrated to me for some reason. I don't know what it was. And you could take your picture with Doris. Okay, great. And I took my picture with her, and I remember her saying, I was telling her about my situation, and I remember her saying, girl, which I just laughed because she was all that show. She was really playing herself, y'all. She really was. And she said, oh my gosh, she was like, it's okay to look at your past, but for goodness sakes, don't stare at it. I was like, oh my gosh. And I remember driving home feeling like, you know what, my past is in the rearview mirror, and all that I have in front of me is my future. And that's what clicked for me to go on to do better, brighter things and have more confidence in myself to do it. So I find myself saying to young people, oh my gosh, your past is in the rearview mirror. You know, that door is closed. There's nothing you can do about yesterday, but there's everything you can do about what you're in right now, your present, and what you can do in the future.
And it seems like that has inspired your servant leadership.
Yep.
To do what you are doing today with nonprofit work. And to those watchers and those listeners, I mean, just think of that profound message or that inspiration of empowerment that you can give a young person 4 hours a month, as Tony mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking 30 to 45 minutes a week at the school during the school day. Teammates.org. We need more mentors. And Tony, this music is about to click on, but I'm still going to go ahead and ask you my question.
Yes. What's your question?
Given that you graduated from Iowa State,
Yep.
I'm a Husker, and
Okay.
so
All right. That's okay.
So I play defense.
Uh-huh.
I'm just curious. I know your background is drama, but if you were to play a position at Iowa State and Nebraska plays Iowa State, what football position would you play?
Oh my gosh. Goodness. Okay. So me being my kids will be like, what the world, Mom? Really? Okay. But I could see myself being a corner.
Ooh, we have not gotten that answer.
I can see myself being a corner, right? Like, you know, like you just help, you just like defend, like you are watching it all and trying to figure it out. I can defend, I can be a corner.
And to hit or to get the interception?
Oh man. Okay. All right. So maybe I'd want to get an interception or two. Right?
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I can see myself, but you know what I would do.
Well, I guess we are a Deion Sanders era.
Yeah, right.
I probably should say that on the air, but you know, he does have game. But Tony, thank you so much for everything.
Oh my gosh, it's such a pleasure.
That you're
Loved
doing
it.
in the mentoring sector. Ash, I'll give it to you.
All right, folks. Again, Tony, thank you so much for joining us today. Listen to Tony. She's calling you up. Go to teammates.org today. Hit that button that says become a mentor or to donate. You're listening to Teammates Timeout with Demo and Ash on 93.7.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and